Hello, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast. This is the Velocity Racing League season opener at the Daytona International Speedway. Welcome to the High Speed Racing Network. I am your host, Hayes Booth, along with, for his first time, my broadcasting partner, Jared Darling.
Thanks, Hayes. Yeah, nice to be here with you. I'm excited to broadcast a new league too. This is their first, I believe, their first time being broadcast as well. So, pretty cool that me and you get to do this here today, and I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, man, so we see guys are out running some practice laps at the moment. We have about 4 minutes left in practice. And then we will jump into the race. And we had the duels, I believe, last night. So we unfortunately were not able to broadcast those, but we are able to broadcast tonight. We will run through the starting grid, so immediately once practice ends, we will head to the grid for the race. So, Jared, what do you think we're going to see here tonight? You know, it's the start of the season for these guys. Tony Hilbrandt's, I believe, the defending champion of this league. And we got a whole full 36 race season ahead of us. So, what do you think we're going to see here tonight?
I mean, we start off at Daytona as always, but we're not just at Daytona. We're at the old Daytona. This track, the surface here is so bumpy. Trying to go three wide here at this track is going to be definitely really sketchy, and it'll be very fun to watch. You're going to see a lot of two wide, three wide maybe here tonight on this old surface. But yeah, to start off at Daytona is always a lot of fun. And, you know, everybody in this field's got a shot to win. That's how it always is at Daytona, and they're going to start it off here. And right now in practice, I mean, these guys are racing pretty hard as we have been seeing here these first couple minutes. So yeah, like you said, they raced the duels last night, so they have a little bit of time on track together racing. So long race here today, 120 laps. So I mean, these guys, I mean, hopefully, you know, they have to show some patience, or are they gonna go all out from the beginning? It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. So, um, personally, I mean, I agree with you in pretty much every aspect. I think we're going to see some aggressive racing, but at the same time, a little bit of cautious racing. The racing here at the old Daytona, with how bumpy it is, it can create a really good show, especially in these cars from what we've seen in past league races here. So, let's go ahead. Give me just one moment here. I'll put the race info up on the screen here for you guys. As you can see, the track temp about 23 degrees Celsius. Sorry, I can't talk. Uh, Partly cloudy, wind about 13 kilometers per hour. So, and then you have the track map and the track information there on your screen. So, we'll see if the weather plays a factor here at all. I think it's going to be fairly calm throughout the day, but we'll see if that plays a factor, or maybe it'll change later in the race. You never know.
You never know, though. I mean, being in the pack, the wind could be a factor here today. But yeah, like I said, I think the bumps is what's going to be more of a factor today. I mean, they can really make these cars get out of shape. You're going to see that quite a bit today, and hopefully, it doesn't cause big accidents from hitting the bumps. But we'll see, as we got about a minute and a half here left in practice. And a good solid field here tonight. A lot of cars out here tonight, and a good competitive field. So I mean, this is gonna be a great show, and I'm excited to be able to bring it out to the public with you, Hayes. This is gonna be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get something pulled up here. We currently have 9 viewers on the live stream. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And something I want to point out really quick, we have hit 60 subscribers on the YouTube channel today. We've had a really good growth on the channel in this first little over a month that we have been broadcasting here on YouTube. So that's all thanks to you guys watching. Thank you all so much for caring enough to click that button. And yeah, hopefully we can continue to grow this channel and broadcast more races for you guys. So we have about 35 seconds left here in practice. Currently, Sam Rice, top of the board right now.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guys. I'm looking at this lineup of drivers we got here tonight, and we'll go through the starting grid here in a minute. These guys, with the duels and qualifying, they've already qualified. So once practice is over here, we're gonna go straight to the race. And yeah, the lineup is already set to go as we're about ready to get there. And I mean, like I said, any one of these drivers here tonight can win this race. So it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And here we go. Time is currently going out here. And we will get the starting grid here going. Alright, and believe that's it. Yes, it is. And now we will run through the starting grid here tonight for the Daytona 300. And there it is up on your screen. Aaron Smith is on the pole with Ashley Molyneux starting second. Sean Williams in the number 89 machine will start third. James Miller in the number 60 will start fourth. And Michael Keithley rounds out the top five. Isaiah McLean will start P6. Tony Hilbrandt's the league owner and defending champion in P7. James Mahone in P8. And Thomas Sewell will round out the top 9. Cole Fralick rounding out the top 10. Michael Ash and Jared will take it from there. I'm sorry.
Yep, just outside the top 10, we got Michael Ashmore, then Alex Alexander on his outside. Then you got Scott Shire there in 13th, with Nicholas Carruso out there in 14th. Kiri Smith there 15th. Daniel Mosteller 16th. Then back in row 9, we're going to have Andrew Crine and Howie DeTrey. And then Colby Kersey and Quentin Warman is your 20 cars there.
And then rounding out the final 3 drivers in the field, we have James Colabully starting 21st, Daniel Nanny starting 22nd, and Sam Rice rounds out your 23 car field here tonight. Alrighty, let's go ahead and take it down to these drivers who are currently pulling off pit road right now. Aaron Smith in that number yellow machine on the inside.
Definitely the normal colors there for Aaron Smith, always running that bright yellow car. You won't be able to miss that car tonight, starting on pole tonight.
Nope, absolutely not. And like you said earlier, 120 laps. Going to be a long, long race here tonight. It's going to be very interesting. You know, we only, for a race this long, this isn't a huge pack, but I think it's, definitely going to be good enough to create an interesting race. And, any one of these drivers, Sam Rice back here, he's starting last, but in the end, he could be in victory lane. That's just how it is here at Daytona.
Absolutely, and one thing to note in this race tonight, because a lot of leagues do different things. This league, they do not have any fast repairs, so I mean that's going to change.
True.
I feel like the strategies. 120 laps in this race, no fast repairs. Now these ARCA cars, you can fix the damage, but if you get terminal damage, your day will be done with having no fast repairs. So I think you're going to see these guys maybe be calm here at the beginning, but then again, what do I know? They might be 3 wide coming on the first lap.
Yeah, that's very true. A lot of guys are willing to make those moves even in the first turn of the first lap. But here they come off of turn number 4. Lights are off on the virtual pace truck. Aaron Smith in control of the field right now. And we're about to get this season underway. It's going to go on for a while, but it starts here in Daytona. Green flag is out.
As normal in Daytona, Talladega, it takes a little bit to get these cars going. So get through 1 and 2 here. They'll be side by side, just kind of forming. Looks like a couple guys dropping down to the inside behind there. But Aaron Smith pulls away for the lead here in the first turn. Sean Williams on the inside right behind him.
Yeah, you can see there is James Miller in the number 60 machine. They're on the outside trying to see if they can't get the outside lane moving. He's got the number 99 of Isaiah McLean right behind him trying to give him a push, and it might work here. He's almost clear for the lead.
Yeah, very nice run there down the back on the outside. You're going to see that the outside line on the straightaways here will get that run and the momentum coming off the corners, but then you'll see the bottom come back in the corners. But yeah, I think that 60 car right there out front, James Miller, winner of one of the duels yesterday, is going to lead that first lap here.
Yes, he will, with good help from Isaiah McLean in the number 99 machine. And now, but Sean Williams on the inside trying to give a good push to Aaron Smith. And they've been racing together. A lot of these guys have been racing together for a long time here on iRacing, so they know what they're doing. They know what they need to do to get each other to the front here, even if it is on the first lap.
Absolutely, yeah. Some of these guys have been racing each other for years. I mean, and one thing though about these ARCA cars too, I want to mention is here at Daytona, you really cannot actually physically push the car in front of you, or it will turn it really easily.
Right.
So these guys for sure gonna have to be careful. Trying, like right now, they're giving each other space. They're giving the push, but if you actually make contact with that back bumper, it'll send you spinning like really quick.
Right, it does not take much at all. These ARCA cars are very sensitive, so even the slightest bit of contact can send a car around and create the big one. So these guys are going to have to be really careful here, and that's one of the things that I really like about these cars is you got to be really careful. You got to know, when to give and when to, when to back off. As we look here further, a little bit further back in the pack, we have Cole Fralick here on the outside behind Nicholas Caressel. They're both trying to get that outside lane moving.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think we're gonna see anybody try that third lane yet at all. Like I said, 120 laps here. But that outside line just seems to be working right now, and they're getting good runs off the corner. And yeah, I like that outside line so far here early in this race. It's got the advantage. James Miller's out there leading the laps. So far, 4 laps in here.
Let's take a look. I talked about Sam Rice at the beginning of the race. He started last in 23rd. He's already made his way up to the 12th position. He's made up 11 spots here in just the first 3 laps. So far going strong for that number 49 machine. Oh, and as I say
he
that,
doesn't like it.
yeah, I can't say I blame him. We got 116 laps left. I don't really blame him.
And James Miller out front, he has the option. He can go to the bottom if he wants to. He's clear of Aaron Smith, but he doesn't want it, I guess, and he's just going to stay outside with Isaiah McLean pushing him there. Behind him as well. And Aaron Smith, Sean Williams still leading that charge on the inside.
Yes, they are. It's really not changed yet. James Miller continuing to lead the laps. As we look at Tony Hilbrandt's currently running P9 right now, trying to one of the many drivers trying to get that inside lane back in contention, try to be more competitive against the outside, but they're not quite as organized as the outside is, even though the outside has less cars.
One more thing, too. These guys also only have 3 sets of tires to change in the pits for this race, and that's a long race. So, I mean, tire strategy, really not going to be a thing. I mean, you're only going to be able to change the tires 3 times, and tires will wear here, too, especially this old Daytona surface that we're running here tonight. So it'll be interesting to see when these guys decide to take tires and not.
Yeah, as you were saying that, we saw Tony Hilbrandt's take it 3 wide in the middle down the backstretch, and he actually made it work. I'm not sure if that was a plan between him and Michael Keithley, because I did see Keithley kind of back out of that. So I'm not sure if that was planned or if maybe Tony just caught Keithley off guard or not. But Tony trying to get up there quickly here. He's up inside the top 5 now.
Being super aggressive, and right now, I mean, he was looking to the middle there. He was thinking about it, but he goes back to the bottom with Sean there. But still, side by side, really no advantage for anybody now, as they seem to be running a little bit closer to each other now.
That is true, and Sean behind Aaron, he's actually able to get Aaron clear for the lead. Inside's kind of coming back strong here a little bit. Tony's trying to push Tony to get, or not push, but help Tony to get to Aaron here as we begin lap number 7 of 120.
Everybody's still kind of just double file really up at the front. No really 3 wide.
Yeah, I believe we've only seen 3 wide one time here, and that was, when I mentioned Tony taking it 3 wide in the middle down the backstretch. And now we got 3 guys that, like I mentioned earlier, been racing together for a while. Actually 4, I believe, with Caressel behind them.
Trying to go up the middle here.
Oh, yeah, he is.
And he made the pass on Caressel.
Wow, that was actually a good move by Cole. It was aggressive, but hey, he made it work. Oh, and now Sean's jumping out.
Yep, Sean Williams tired of running behind Aaron Smith. He wants
he's
to
lead that lap.
Race. Barely, but he leaves the middle open. Shuts the door. Man, that was close right there.
Man, that was really close. And he, a few inches closer, and he probably would have gotten turned there. That was an aggressive move by Sean, but he made it work. He got the lap lead.
Absolutely. And I was getting ready to say, Tony Hildebrandt, he's kind of an aggressive driver here at these plate tracks, and I was expecting him to move up to the outside there, but then Sean did it right before him, so I was like, well, and that takes that out of the question. But yeah, Sean Williams up there on that outside, getting the push from James Miller now, leading this thing, coming off turn number 4 here now.
Yeah, you can see here, a little further back in the pack, Caressel has kind of fallen out of the main pack just a little bit. He's fallen back to P10 behind the 2 wide action up there. And that's what a lot of these guys are doing. They're just taking their time, running single file, because we got, 111 laps left this time by. So they got plenty of time to get back up there.
So everybody's single file behind this little pack of about 10 up there. Then all through the rest of the field, a single file. Just riding, long, long way to go.
Yeah, but you can see, a lot of these guys in the top 10 are guys that we're
Oh,
used to seeing making aggressive moves at these plate tracks. And then, but we even see some of those guys that are used to being up here and being aggressive further back here in the pack.
yeah, looking back here, just outside of another driver outside of this, group up here, Ashley Molyneux, very great racer, and she's just kind of hanging back too a little bit right now, early in this race behind Caressel. I'm noticing that, and now we got Michael Keithley way in the back, losing more spots. I think he's just letting some more people go.
Yeah, it looks
Yep.
like it here. Let's go over to Keithley. He's back in the 17th position. Like you said, letting some people go, just trying to fall, not out of the draft, but just, far enough behind that if there's a wreck, he can check up in time. Which that's not a bad strategy at all. As the outside getting a good run on Sean Williams.
Yeah, Aaron Smith actually pulled out of line going into turn 3, went behind this pack, and that slowed the momentum on that bottom line. Now the top line's got the advantage a little bit, but they're coming back strong on the inside. Tony Hilbrand's giving a good push to Sean here, and now they're side by side once again going into turn 1.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is some good racing we're seeing here early on. They're not just, jumping to the inside or high side running single file. They're definitely putting on a good show so far, and they're doing a good job of doing it without being too aggressive.
I keep seeing a lot of guys on the straight trying to peek their nose to the middle. Some guys want to go 3 wide, I think, but then they think
Yeah.
better of it. I'm watching this 13 car. He seems to be kind of, yeah, James Mahoney. He's kind of like on the straightaways. He's kind of going up, going down. I think he's trying to see if maybe somebody will go with him, but I think these guys are just content with being too wide right now.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. They're not wanting to be too aggressive too early. It's only lap 12. But, yeah, you can definitely bet on the fact that once we pass about the lap, I'd say 90, 100 mark, it's slowly going to start going out the window for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But you got to be there at the end to be able to have a chance to win. That's
Yep.
what these guys got to keep on their mind. And so far, so good. Pretty good, clean racing here up front. Double file. Sean Williams still in control on the bottom.
Yeah, and back here you can see Sam Rice going on the apron here behind Andrew Crine. Both of these two falling a little bit further back. Keithley's going to fall back to the 20th position now, just ahead of Scott Shire and Howie DeTrey.
Then right behind Michael Ashmore, running out this 23 car field, just hanging out back there. He sees everything ahead of him. He's in the best position if a wreck happens. He can just slam on the brakes and not have to worry about anything. So he's in a great position as long as he stays in the draft.
Honestly, that's the most comfortable position that you can be
Absolutely.
in this early. Nobody behind you. If there's a wreck, you can just slam on the brakes, and you're almost confirmed to miss it. If you do slam on the brakes with the position that
Hayes
he's
up
in.
front. We're 3 wide, 3
Oh.
by 3 actually. Tony Hilbrand's, Cole Freilich in the middle. This is where it gets tight in this old surface right here. 3 wide through the corner.
Oh man, we were just talking about how they're
Oh,
not.
man, the 99
Oh, the
into the
99
wall.
in the wall. Is he gonna keep it straight? Yes, he does. But he's gonna lose some track position because that. Oh, the 60 gets into the wall as well.
Man, see, that's what I mean. The 3 wide here, the bumps that knocks the cars up the track and it knocks a couple cars into the wall there. Aggressive moves. And speaking of aggressive, Cole Freilich makes it 3 wide on the high side for the
Oh,
lead.
man. 3 wide for the lead here between Cole Freilich, Sean Williams, and Tony Hilbrands. Sean's gonna get the advantage out of that. He's got the most help there on the bottom lane. But Tony might get a run here. Same for Cole. Cole's actually gonna have some help with the 60 car.
What a run by the 60 of James Miller to the outside. I mean, he went from like 3 rows behind them to all of a sudden pushing Cole Freilich into 3, and now Tony Hilbrand is by himself in the middle. Not sure if that's going to work out for him as they come through 3 and 4.
Just want to acknowledge the fact, yesterday in the 500, we saw a big wreck on lap 15 because of them running 3 wide here. So let's hope that there's not a repeat of that here. But I tell you what, it is getting really close.
So I think these guys forgot that happened last night because they are racing like crazy. There's tons of laps left, or maybe they were listening to us and saying, "Oh, they're saying we're racing calm. Well, let's prove them wrong." Now they're just racing pretty aggressively, but it's fun to watch. Hopefully they can keep it going straight.
Yeah, no kidding. They did a good job at keeping it calm, or well, not really calm, but keeping it straight. As the 60's going 3 wide in the middle on Tony now, Tony pushes Cole Freilich to the lead.
Here comes Kerry Smith in that 24 Pokemon car there in the middle, going out the middle by Tony Hillbrands. Makes another 3 wide move. And hey, there's Sam Rice you were talking about starting in the
Yeah,
back. Then he went to the back again, and now he's up here in the top 5. That just is how quick things can change here at Daytona.
it really is. It's unbelievable how quickly things can change. And let's take a look at Ashley. She's kind of gotten up in this pack, and she's becoming a little bit involved with this battle up here. But I think at the same time, she's kind of keeping her distance just a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Keeping the nose a little bit back. Oh man,
Oh,
now we got
Cole's jumping out
dropping
now.
These guys get to the lead a lap, and they're like, all right, I had fun. I'm going to go to the back now. And I think that's what Cole's doing here, being there at the end.
Hey, that's not a bad strategy. You want to lead a lap early, so you can, say you let a lap at Daytona, and yeah, now you want to go to the back and be safe. That's not a bad strategy right there. As now James Miller goes back to the lead after tagging the wall a couple laps ago, but he's doesn't seem to have caused any damage to his car. He's back in the lead now.
How about this 7 of Quentin Warman there? We haven't really said much about him. Battling for the lead now here with James Miller, side by side. Kind of running a little bit low on the track there. Now he's got to get a good push from the 24, but the 24 just... I thought he was going to go high for a second, but now he goes with the 7 here down the back.
Yeah, it looks like the outside's kind of starting to fall apart. It's only these two really
Yeah.
working together right now. The inside starting to get single file a little bit, starting to get organized there on the bottom. Actually, as I say that, James kind of moved up, trying to block the outside a little bit, but not many guys wanting to go to the outside right now. I think now might be the time in the race where they just want to kind of fall in line and take it easy for now.
Just 2 cars on that outside. Really is... now Quentin's going to go to the high side. Maybe letting the 24 go, and now they're 3 wide. Clearing him now.
Now here comes the 12. That is James Colaboli in the number 12 looking to come up here. A few guys further behind them that are trying to get into their draft to get up there to the outside lane and get it back moving again.
Yep, now you got 3 cars here on this outside line. You got to have a few more cars if you're going to get past that leader. Ooh, Sam Rice kind of goes up the track just a little bit there in 3 and 4. Gets back to the bottom.
Yeah, he's able to hang on to it right now as Ashley actually
go.
jumps out of line here. She's wanting to go with the outside lane, moving up to P7 right now. Oh, no, never mind. Now that I say that, she's going right back to the bottom of James Colaboli. Is going to get clear of him, it looks like.
Say if she wants to be aggressive, she could maybe pull up in front of him, but nah, you got to keep on the bottom there.
She
James
got
kind of way up
clear
the
for a
track a
minute.
little bit there.
Yeah, she got clear for a minute, but it might have been a little bit too aggressive there. I take back what I said. They're not wanting to fall in line right now.
Oh wow, Cole Fralick made a big move there to the bottom to go underneath the 94 there of Colby Kersey there.
Man, these guys, hey, I mean it's
They're
not causing
having fun though. I mean,
Yeah.
This track, racing like that here, it is a blast. Me personally, I always prefer racing at this Daytona more than the new surface. I think it's a lot of
Right.
fun, and these guys definitely out here putting on a show, side by side for the lead. And we're gonna go 3 wide again, Hayes.
Yeah, that's several times now that they've gone 3 wide this early on, and I agree with you, and I think this version of Daytona is a little more challenging than the new one, because in the new one, you really
Absolutely.
just gotta turn left and hold your line. In this, you actually have to work the wheel because of how bumpy it is to be able to hold your line, especially in 3 wide situations.
4 into the wall. Kerry Smith got in the wall a little bit. They're going into 3, losing his momentum, but I don't think it's too bad the damage. So he'll get back up there, I think, eventually. But yeah, just got in the wall just a little bit there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, these cars can usually withstand certain impacts, so that shouldn't affect the speed of his car at all, but he certainly will lose some track position for that. He's going to fall back to, looks like about 12th, 13th right now, but still got time. He can get back up there.
Just over 20 laps in now to this 120-lap race. All 23 cars still within the lead draft, so everybody that started this race still in this thing.
Yeah, I'd say definitely an interesting start to this race. We're seeing some good racing here early on, but we got 99 laps left here. A lot's going to happen between now in the finish of this race. It's only starting, folks.
And for the first time today, Ashley Molino now looking for the lead here, side by side with Quentin Warman going into turn one. Cole Freilich giving Ashley the push. James Miller on the bottom there behind Quentin. And man,
Yeah,
they are really tucked up close together
Woo!
there.
They are side drafting each other hard right
Yeah,
now.
man, yeah, Cole really getting down there on James there a little bit, it looked like. And now maybe James getting a little hot, peeking down to get some air on that nose.
Yeah, Ashley's wanting to get her first lap led of the evening here. She's side drafting hard, trying to get a run, hoping Cole Freilich will give her a good push. That inside lane with those two cars is working really well. She's going to have a run here off of turn 4. We'll see if it's good enough to get the lap led. Yes, it is.
That was close there.
It was very close. She gets it, though, with, again, only 4 cars there on the outside. The rest are on the bottom, but they're making it work with the runs that they're getting on the straightaways.
Yep. Oh, wow. Now Cole
Oh.
Freilich, what a move by James Colebelly going to the middle there, getting by Cole.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting move. Now Michael Keithley jumping up to the top lane now to give a push to James Colebelly. Now the 94? No. He's going to stay to the bottom right now. Ashley Molino continues to lead the outside lane. She's going to get another good push here on the front stretch. Might be enough to lead this lap as well, and I think she did.
Sideline definitely prevailing at the start-finish line. This is something these guys are probably practicing for the end of the race, too, as Ashley's going to go to the
Ooh.
bottom right in front of Quentin. Holy cow, that was close.
That was very close, but she was actually able to build a little bit of a gap there, and they're going 3 wide for second. The 7 tried moving up.
Go with?
The 7 tried moving up, but he did, James just decided, no, I think I'll take you 3 wide. Now Keithley's going to try to do that with James, but I think they're going to fall back now.
Yeah, Michael Keithley was going with James Colebelly, then Colebelly got in front of the 7 and left Keithley, but Keithley gets back in line behind Quentin, and he's good to go here still. But man, I am really surprised with all the 3 wide racing here already in this race, but it's fun to watch.
Hey, they've made it 24 laps. I'd say that's an accomplishment with how much they've been doing that and the type of cars that they're racing at and the type of track that they're racing at. I'd say that's impressive right there. We were talking here, Kerry Smith. We were talking about him tagging the wall earlier. He's in the 11th position, still hanging on to the draft, though. He's got Tony Hilbrantz right behind him, and they are maintaining good speed staying in the draft right now, but while also staying at a safe distance.
It's interesting to see how long these guys are at the back. I mean, how long they're going to be willing to just ride. I mean, because sometimes I'm telling you, you ride back there for lap after lap, you get bored. And yeah, you might want to try to get up there and race a little bit and see how the car is, everything in a pack, so you know what to do at the end of this race. It'll be interesting to see how long they lay back there.
Yeah, for sure. Now we have James Colebelly leading the outside lane, trying to side draft to get a lap led here. I don't believe he has led a lap yet tonight in the first 25 laps of this race. Now the outside kind of falling back a little bit, but they're trying to get some good runs on the straightaways.
3 wide through the middle here.
Oh,
Gets
Keithley.
by the 7.
Oof. Keithley being aggressive right now, trying to get up there. Now he's going to be behind Colebelly, and they were actually able to split up the bottom lane a little bit. Sam Rice coming up behind Sean Williams, trying to get him gathered back up.
We're going to be close to the line for James, but not quite. Ashley's going to lead that lap.
He had a good run, just couldn't quite get it. If this were Talladega, I think he would have led that lap, but couldn't quite do it. He almost gets clear of Ashley, but not quite enough.
Oh, man,
they actually make
really close.
Oh, little too close there, James. Yeah, he tried to side draft Ashley there in the corner and got a little too close. They made some contact. Oh, Keithley took a peek there in the middle.
Getting really
He wants
close
to
to
get
that
up there.
left rear, man. It's making me a little nervous. It's going to turn him.
Yeah, no kidding. That got really close right there. Keithley's being aggressive early on, trying to get a lap led, I guess, is what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for these for James and Michael here on this. These are good cars here on the bottom, running this bottom line here. It's going to be really hard, I think, for them too. They're going to need a lot more cars to be able to clear Sean Williams, Ashley Molino, and James Miller. These 3 cars seem to be pretty fast here so far, especially that 60. He has been up front here so far this whole entire race.
Yeah, he really has. He's been. I don't think there's been a moment where we haven't seen him on the cameras. So he's definitely showing really good speed here so far. I'd say as long as he doesn't get involved in a wreck, I'd be looking for him towards the end of this race to be a contender.
Kind of another name we haven't talked about here, Hayes. Kind of an interesting paint scheme there up on that outside there. Andrew Crine in the 8th position. I like cheese on the
Oh
back
yeah.
of that car. Interesting car there. But yeah, up there running in 8th now. This is the highest we've seen him up here.
Yeah, good run so far. He started. Where did he start? Actually, I believe he started 17th right now. He started 17th. So started further in the back, and he's up here inside the top 10. I'd say he's doing a good job so far.
Oh, that bottom line really
Oh, as I say that, he
sold out.
tags the wall a little bit coming off it too, but he's hanging on. Oh, and
Oh man, Keithley, he keeps trying to go 3 wide
he's
though.
trying to do it. Oh, man.
man.
Oh, wow.
They made
Oh,
contact there.
Okay, guys. The
Whew.
60 tried moving down, and James almost turned him, it looked like.
He's just trying to get that lap led, I think, but he's been
Yeah.
really aggressive in the 60. Man, I thought James was gonna turn the 60 there. That was
I
so
did
close.
too.
And then we got Keithley trying to go 3 wide every single straightaway. Man, I can't keep up with this right now. These guys are racing hard up here at the front.
Tell you what, they're racing like it's 10 to go. If they're racing like
They
this on
really
lap
are.
30, I can't wait to see what they're racing like with 10 to go in this thing. Keithley's trying the outside now. Tell you what, he wants to go 3 wide. He's trying every possible way to do it.
Oh man. So far, still side by side. They might have the run this time. See if James can get the run here on the top.
He might get him. No, not quite this time. He's getting the runs. He just can't get him soon enough. See right there, he edges out to the lead, but he just needs to maintain the gap as best he can through the corners so that he can get more ground on the 60 on the straightaways, which right here, he did a good job of that. Yeah, he did a good job of that in 1 and 2, but just isn't quite able to edge him out. That inside is very well organized compared to the outside, which the outside is also very well organized, but they have less cars. So that's really, no matter what, less cars is going to be more of a challenge for your line.
I think he's finally gonna get it this time.
Oh, maybe. Yes, he does. He finally gets that lap lid. So now, how much you want to bet Keithley's going to try even harder now to go 3 wide?
Well, right. Let's see right here off turn 2, because I think it's about to happen. Michael Keithley really wants to get up front and lead this outside line.
Oh,
Gotta have the room to do it though.
Yeah, you also
He's
gotta
trying
have
to fake him high.
you also gotta have the people to do it. Andrew Crine might ditch him on the outside if he tries it.
Yeah, right now we got 6 cars now up on that outside, the most we've seen in quite some time here early on in this race.
Yeah, we
Andrew
had.
Crine, Colby Kersey's up there now. Cole Fralick doesn't really know what line he wants to go with. He's just going back and forth.
Yeah, you can see the 94 Colby Kersey coming up here back into the mix inside the top 10. Currently, now the second to last car actually in this pack. Last car is Thomas Sewell in the number 64 machine.
Keithley getting a real. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
He
man.
was trying again. This
He's-
is so fun to watch right here.
I know, it really is. He's kind of, and Kolabali, there he goes. Oh, we got one sideways. That's the 94. We were just talking about him,
man.
Colby Kersey, and he saves it.
Still trying to save. He's on that apron.
Yeah, he's
Does a
gonna.
great job.
Great job saving it, but he's gonna lose the draft. It looks like. Let's take a look at the replay and try to figure out how that happened here.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. See if we can figure out how this happened to Colby.
He's right there in the back of
Uh,
that 2 wide racing.
All right, so it looks like he moves down, trying to get to the bottom. Oh, and Sam
yeah.
Rice. Sam Rice just had a really good run. He tried to get clear of him, just couldn't quite do it. Cuts across Sam's nose, sideways. Like this is a bad situation. If you come back up the track here, like the field's going with you, which he did, but he was luckily in a situation he did a good enough job, and he had enough space to be able to get back to the apron in time and keep it going on the bottom. Let's
A
go.
really, really good save there by Colby, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
He's,
Let's go on the cockpit view and look at his work as he kept that car under control. Oh man, you can see here he's freaking out right here, I'm sure. But he is turning hard left trying to get it back to the apron.
yep.
Definitely a
Very
really
good.
good job.
And also very good awareness by all the other drivers too. Seeing that
Absolutely.
car get sideways, getting out of the way, let him get back to the apron, and a great save. And unfortunately, yeah, Sam Rice just had such a huge run there. I mean, there's really nothing he could do about it. He probably tried to lift a little bit, but it was just such a huge run.
Yeah, there was really nothing that could be done there. I'd say that was just kind of a racing incident. You know, Colby was trying to get to the inside, and Sam didn't have enough time to check up. So, not really anybody you could blame for that one. 35 laps complete of 120 here at Daytona, and they are still being just as aggressive as they were 10 laps earlier.
Yeah, and we saw before that incident happened with Colby there, we saw James Colabelli actually leading this thing. He's
He
fallen
did.
way back now to about 10th as as the lines now are controlled by James Miller, who we've seen up front all this race, and Ashley Molyneux now on the outside.
Yeah, not really sure if that was intentional on James's part going to the back there. I'm not really sure what happened. But all I know is James Miller, a guy that we've been seeing up front here the whole race, is leading the inside lane. Ashley Molyneux actually leads that lap, leading the outside with Keithley behind her. And Keithley, I'm not sure if he's still wanting to go three wide, but he's kind of looking like it.
One thing we got to start thinking about here. We're getting close to green flag pit stops. 37 laps
Oh
into
yeah,
this race, I would guess. I'm not 100% sure with these cars, but I would say somewhere around that lap 40, 42, 45 mark. I would think.
that's
For
usually about
pitting.
the mark.
Yeah, so and getting on the pit road here with these cars, they don't stop as well as the Cup car or anything like that. These things kind of don't stop as well. So it'll be interesting to see these guys trying to get on pit road. Hopefully they've done their practice and we can get on the pit road here pretty safe.
That is true. I'd say we're gonna see some green flag pit stops here within the next 10 laps, I'd say. So we'll see how it goes here as James Miller continuing to lead that bottom lane with Sean Williams. Sean Williams? Okay. Sean Williams, sorry,
There you
right
go.
behind him. Outside lane kind of starting to get a little disorganized here. They're trying to get more cars up there to get it back going.
Yeah, Ashley with a big kind of gap between her and Michael Keithley way back behind. So, yeah, Michael Keithley's kind of go to the bottom. I wonder if these guys are getting ready to pit. Not this time, at least, but it seems like everyone's just trying to get to the bottom to ride to maybe get ready for that.
Yeah, that's definitely what it's looking like right now. Yeah, I think that's a sign that we're gonna start seeing some green flag pit stops here soon because we only have 4 cars there on the outside and a big gap between Ashley and the next person behind her. So I think yeah we're gonna start seeing some green flag pit stops here soon. We see some guys there on the bottom. Keithley's backing off here.
We're
Ashley,
checking up going on right now.
yeah, you can see Ashley's trying to back up. It seems actually no, she's trying to keep her momentum there on the outside. But yeah, I think we're about to start seeing some pit stops.
Hopefully these nobody runs anybody over. We get on here pit road. Especially if everybody tries to pit at the same time, you see a lot of mistakes here.
Yeah, it can definitely be an absolute cluster when you have a big pack all pitting at the same time. But as we begin lap number 40 of 120 here, this time by will be just 80 laps remaining here at the virtual Daytona International Speedway. You can see Ashley still trying to side draft
Wow.
that inside lane. She's doing a good job considering she has no
Yes.
help.
Yeah, really impressive. These guys got to be lifting a lot because she is able to just hang on the outside all by herself. Probably wanting to get in front of the leader to be able to go to the bottom and then be ready for this pit stop coming up.
Yeah, for sure. So 40 laps will be complete this time by. We'll see if any of these guys pit.
Oh.
Nope, not yet. from what it looks like. I'm not seeing anybody back here heading to pit road. No. They're gonna stay out another lap here. Still side by side between Ashley and the leader.
Wow.
Yeah, and Sam Rice, you can see him up there running P5 right now. Been talking about him a little bit, starting dead last, and he's already up here inside the top 5.
Yeah, definitely biggest mover so far in this race, coming from the back to the front. Also, Quentin Mormon started way back in 20th as well. And look at Cole Freilich now finally
Here he
going to the
comes.
outside.
Yep, Cole getting a good run here, trying to get by Sam, trying to side draft these guys to get up to Ashley.
Wow. Look
Get
at the
her back to the
run
lead.
Cole's got.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Man, that was some. That looked like Denny Hamlin in 2016. I mean, that was or more accurately considering the cars on the track, Kevin Harvick in 2007.
There you go. Ashley to the lead now.
There you go. That's what she needed. And now we got 3 guys on the outside: Aaron Smith, Tony Hilbrands, and Cole Freilich. Cole Freilich leading that outside lane. Here comes the 64 further back, trying to get up there as well.
Now you got the 64 with a big run. That's one thing I'm noticing about these cars, which I didn't really know it was that big of a run, but these guys are getting really, really big runs, like even by themselves right now. The 64 is flying on that second lane right now, and now Thomas has caught this outside line.
Yeah, for sure. Now, because of that push, Ashley's doing a good job leading the bottom lane. 42 laps complete. Now Tony Hilbrandt's taking it 3 wide in the middle on Cole Freilich. Aaron Smith's going to go with him. Cole's going to have to fall to the tail end of this line. Actually, no. Now Aaron's going to drop to the bottom lane. Now Tony's in Ashley's position.
All by himself.
Oh, never mind. Now Aaron's jumping back out again. Cole, and then as soon as he does that, Cole drops to the bottom. Now it's really just Tony and Aaron out there right now on the outside.
I think we got to keep an eye on James Miller here. I think he's coming in this time by him. Quentin Mormon. There's a few guys coming in the pits this time.
All right, we'll see how this goes. And yep, Ashley coming in as well. Cole Freilich gonna follow. Oh, Ashley! Oh, Ashley was hot in there, and she spins out.
Cole too.
Oh, Ashley spins.
Oh,
Cole
no.
Freilich spins.
And that's going to be an unsafe pit entrance too
Yeah,
for
it
Ashley.
will.
That's going to be a big penalty for her.
Oh,
that's tough. She's going
pitting
to definitely
from
get a
the
caution
lead.
flag.
Without a doubt, pitting from the lead, and she spins out on pit road. Isaiah McLean comes on pit road as well. James Mahone, Quentin Warman. But apparently Cole spun too. I missed that. But man, that's so unfortunate. Pitting from the lead.
Yeah.
And she spins out. Likely gonna have a penalty too. Hopefully, maybe they'll clear that for her. We'll just have to see here.
All right,
But
now
she's
the next
gonna-
round of leaders coming in here.
She's gonna lose a lot of time for though. That's definitely gonna hurt her. But hopefully she'll have enough time to make that up. Let's go back.
Spinning Hayes,
the
the
leaders.
64.
64. That is Thomas Sewell.
And he actually made contact
Oh,
with the
man.
inside wall when he spun.
Well, that might be a little bit of damage to his car. I'm not really sure. He's going to lose a lot of time for that as well. Who else came to pit road? Sam Rice, Daniel Nanny, Andrew Crine, Scott Shire, Alex Anderson, Michael Keithley. Oh,
Only
man.
these cars seem to be a handful to get slowed down. I mean, we've seen
They
3
really do.
drivers now spinning, coming onto pit road here.
Okay, and Ashley just got done serving her penalty. She's going to come out now. She's going to come out in 22nd. Man, that's so unfortunate for her. Now we see the leaders: Aaron Smith, Tony Hilbrand, Sean Williams. And then this big pack here, Kiri Smith, followed by Howie DeTrey, Nicholas Caressel, Daniel Musteller, who I believe tagged the wall there on entry, and Michael Ashmore.
Man, now the 34 just got crashed coming into his pit box. Howie DeTrey.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he did.
Gosh. Hey, he was trying to get into his pit box there and then got, honestly, clobbered by another car. I think it was Daniel Musteller.
Oh,
Man, lot going on these green
Yeah,
flag
no
pit
kidding.
stops here.
These green flag pit stops are a menace to these drivers. Now let's take
And
a
with
look here.
everything... I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It should cycle back out to James Miller being in the lead if they can get back up to these guys.
And I was going to say, with everything that's been going on here, this is really going to spread the field out big time.
sure.
I mean, A lot of mistakes here on this pit road, a lot of crashes, a lot of spins. And this 23 car field we were seeing for the first 45 laps is definitely not going to be 23 cars here after this pit stop.
Yeah, no kidding. Um, so I don't believe James Miller and actually no they have pitted. Um,
Yep.
but actually Tony, Sean, and Aaron, they were able to exit pit road way ahead of him and take over the lead. Tony has taken over the lead, and now this pack is trying to catch up, which they will have a run. But I'd say these guys did a good job with executing their pit stops.
Yeah, these three, Aaron Smith, Sean, and Tony, they pitted together, and they looked the best on how they got into pit road. I mean, there was a
Right.
smooth entry to pit road, and obviously it paid off as they're leading this field. But this draft now with James Miller and these guys behind, they got a huge run, and they're gonna
Yeah, they
gonna
do.
probably use to go to the outside here. There they go.
Yep. James Miller with a run on Sean Williams coming to the outside, and they're gonna have to deal with two lap cars here.
Oh
Oh,
man.
gotta be careful. And
Oh, he
one of them
turned.
spins. Who is that? That's the
24.
20
Oh, I'm sorry.
no.
No.
the 25, Andrew Crine. And now he's forced to go onto pit road right now. Let's go and take a look at that replay and try to figure out how that happened.
Man.
It looked like to me he got tagged, but I'm not sure.
I
Let's
think they were lap cars, and I think they were trying to get out
Right.
of the way,
and
but
then
there
it
was
looked
some
like
contact.
Andrew got on the apron. He got a little too low trying to stay out of the way. He got on the apron, and the 24 just didn't have enough time to react, and he got into his right rear, sent him sideways. But I think Andrew's okay. I think he kept it out of the wall. Oh no, he did hit. Yeah, he did hit the wall on the left side. So he definitely has some damage there on the left side of his car, and he's gonna go to pit road and get that repaired.
Well, Hayes, this whole race really changed a lot here in these last few
Really
laps.
did.
We went from 20, like I said, 22, 23 cars. We only got 9 in this lead pack, and then you got Ashley Molino racing the leaders right now, trying to get her lap back. She's gonna be aggressive here to try to get this lap back.
Yeah, for sure. And can you really blame her? I mean,
No.
she went from leading to a lap down. She's not in the best of moods right now, I'm sure. So she's trying to get
Probably
that lap
not.
back. Quentin Norman currently in control of this race as we come to begin lap 50 here of 120. And I got a little nervous there. I thought James Miller was about to turn Ashley from how he was on her bumper.
And that's the best case for the next car. It's a lap down. If Ashley can stay in front of these leaders,
Right.
if a caution comes out, then somebody else will get the lucky dog. But I don't know. These leaders. Oh man, look how close
Oh,
James
he
gets
is
to the
really
back of Ashley
close.
there.
Man, that was really close. As you can see, the 7 gonna fall back in line behind James. James leading, but I think he's okay with Ashley being in front of him. And that could help him save a little bit of fuel too,
Yeah.
being in her draft. So I think he's content with that. As we complete 50 laps here at Daytona, 70 remain.
If everybody content to run single file here so far now on this second run of the race.
Sure looks like it. A small pack of cars here looks to be about a 9-car pack. The final guy in the pack is... Oh, actually, no. Trying to see. Actually, I think it's about an 11-car pack here. A couple of guys are not on the lead lap. As you can see, Nicholas Caressel currently leading this about 4-car pack. It's him, Scott Shire, Daniel Mosteller, the 94. That is Colby Kersey. And who's the other guy? Trying to figure out who that is. Michael Ashmore.
There.
So they're going to try and see if they can't catch the lead pack. They're going to need to hurry up and get organized, though, if they're going to have a shot at it.
with these guys running single file up front, not really racing now, it's gonna be really hard for the second pack with having less cars as well to run them down.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. These guys are in a very well um, organized train here, so they're going to be able to pull away from that pack, I'm sure. Actually, the gap has gotten to about 6.5 seconds. It was about 5.5 when we checked earlier. So they are definitely pulling away pretty quickly here.
Now that they know that they have less cars in this pack, I really think these guys are going to be content to run like this too. As I say
Right.
that, Sam Rice goes to the outside, so that's interesting.
He's going to try to get the aggressive racing back going here for us. We'll see if anybody jumps out with him.
And if he got a
Doesn't look
second
like
car, they would go to the front, I think. I think there's a lot of checking up going on when you run single file like that. If
Right.
somebody jumps up with Sam, I think they're going to go to the front.
Yeah, I think so. And Sam is actually
He's doing it himself.
Yeah,
You
he's
don't
doing
even
it by himself. He's going up to P4 right now, doing a good job side drafting.
Wow.
He's going to the front by
Look
himself
at
right
that.
now.
There we go.
He is
Oh,
moving up to
man.
third now. Man, is Kevin Harvick driving that car? I mean, with how that side drafting is going, it sure looks like he is.
That was close right there. Sam and James side by side. This is for the lead. Ashley in front of them is a lap down. Or tail on a lead lap, I guess.
Oh, he's moving up to second here, side drafting James Miller. Actually,
Now he's
no,
got
sorry.
Tony Hillbrand.
I keep forgetting actually he's not in the lead. So this is side by side for the lead, and Sam might lead this lap. Yes, he does. He gets
Very
on
nice.
up there, gets the lap lead. Tony right behind him now.
I see Keithley back there on that bottom. I think he'd be another guy to maybe jump up in that second lane.
Yeah, I
We've
definitely.
seen him make aggressive moves here. Oh,
Oh,
Ashley's
Ashley's
going
gonna-
to block the second
Ashley's
lane.
gonna move up and block. She's gonna
Oh!
get taken 3 wide. That is not a good situation. But
I think
actually,
it's
it
gonna,
might work because Tony's gonna go with her.
yeah, that's going to mess up Sam Rice actually here going up to the third lane. No one's going to want to go there.
Nope, not at all. You can see, oh, Tony. Oh man, he kind of forced his way to the inside. I think it kind of forced Sean to back off here, and you said Keithley's jumping to the top now, trying to help Ashley.
There he goes.
He's right on the bumper here.
Oh, man.
Looking to be up to, oh man, that is really close between the two. Tell you what, you would think Ashley was going for the actual race lead right here. But, you kind of forget that she's actually not on the lead lap. She's just fighting to get that lap back right now. But she's,
And
oh,
she has to
that was
race
close.
because the 24 behind her is racing her for that lucky dog as well,
Right.
Kerry Smith. So she's got to race. Both these guys do.
So we have 2 battles going on in this pack. We
Wow.
have the battle for the lead going on, and we have the battle for the free pass spot going on.
Tony Hillbrand's back's way out of it now. He's oh man,
Oof.
he got sideways there a little bit.
Yeah, one guy, I want to talk about for a second. We haven't talked about him much during the race, but he's been up here. He's been a factor. Sean Williams in the number 89 machine. He's been running up here inside the top 5, top 10 for
Yeah.
the majority of the race. We just haven't talked about him a whole lot. He's a fast driver. No matter where you go, he seems to be a contender a lot of the time. He's fast, and he's looking to get up here and get a win. And I believe last season, one of his wins came at Talladega, and it was when the lead pack, he was right behind the lead pack, but kind of staying, a little bit further back to stay safe. And on the last lap, they all wrecked, and he was able to get by and get the win. So he's got some experience with winning at these plate tracks, so he's looking to get another plate win today.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just hang back, let them all wreck, take it from them.
Yeah, for sure. And James Miller, I think it's safe to say that he's led the most laps so far.
You go by the slow car of Thomas Sewell there. We saw him spin and actually hit the pit wall coming on the pit road, so he might have some front end damage. It looks like just a little bit, or I don't know if he stayed and fixed it, but he has actually scored 1 lap down. Now he'll be 2 laps down with other years going by him.
Yeah, we're getting close here to the halfway point. Got 50 laps complete.
Yep.
Getting close to halfway, and it's tell you what, these first 58 laps have gone by fast. It's been a clean race so far, but I'd say after this point, it's gonna slowly start to heat up.
Yeah, for sure. Just each lap that gets closer to the end, the intensity definitely will pick up here at Daytona. That's how it always is. Even if there is only, like we said, we got 9, 10 cars in this pack. I mean, they're gonna
Right.
be racing hard the closer we get to the end of this thing.
Yeah, without a doubt, and you can see Ashley's still trying to hold strong here. She and the 24 are actually kind of working together on that top lane, trying to potentially get themselves clear and get both of them onto the lead lap as we begin lap 60.
Yep. Next time by, we will be halfway through this 300-mile race for the first race of the season here at Daytona.
Yes, sir. And you can see still trying to side draft, but now Tony Hilbrand's coming up back to the inside of the number 24 machine, trying to get in line with the number 7 of Quentin Warman, who is right on the back bumper of James Miller, trying to keep him in the lead.
Yep, right behind these guys, Michael Keithley coming to the outside line now, wanting to push these lap cars up there and get him the lead.
And this time by, halfway here at Daytona, 60 laps complete, 60 laps to go. And it has been clean and green for these first 60 laps.
These guys they've been driving really impressive here at this track.
Yeah.
Daytona, 60 laps to go green here with all these cars and this track. That's really good start here to this race for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt, these guys have definitely driven with their heads on their shoulders, and it seems to be paying off here. We're seeing good, pack racing, and but it's staying clean, and that's what you like to see here.
Still side by side up front, but it's not for the lead. It's lap cars racing the lead lap cars, the first 2 rows.
Yes, sir. And Michael Keithley is actually working with the lap cars, trying to maybe get himself to the lead, and it might work. Oh man, that got close there. A hard side draft by Ashley Molyneux, and it may help, but the 7's going to give a good push to James. Ashley's actually going to kind of edge out in front of him as they head into turn 3.
I do want I do want to mention just a little bit that second pack we saw them fall to 6.5 seconds. They brought it down to 5.5, so they have caught the leaders just a little bit, slowly but surely. Nicholas Caressel, Scott Shires back there. They are slowly running down this lead pack, so good work by those guys trying to make up that time from the green flag pit stops.
Yeah, I actually want to see here. The gap between the two packs that time was about 4.3 seconds. Let's see what it is the next time around that they come by the start-finish line. And that'll give us some sort of an idea of how quickly they're gaining. See, now it's down to 4.1 seconds. And they're continuing to close throughout the racetrack. Now down to 4 seconds, 3.9 now.
Yeah, they definitely are drafting really well together. I think
Yeah,
and they
for
got
sure.
4 cars. I think they are going to run down this lead pack if they keep it up.
I think you're right. And it's kind of extends a little bit, but then it starts to close pretty quickly once they get onto the straightaway. So last time it was 4.3 seconds. And this time it is 4.9 seconds. They gained 0.4 of a second that last lap. Let's ride along with Nicholas Caressel. Let's go on the cockpit view. He's currently leading this second pack right now. Let's ride along with him and look at his view of the lead pack from where they're at. You can see them just up ahead, and that's, at this rate, that's gonna get, they're gonna get even bigger in his windshield as time goes by. Back up to the leaders, and Ashley Molyneux has gotten back to the inside lane.
Yeah. And
Tell you
Keithley
what.
trying to push the other lap car.
Tell you what, she is doing a good job right now of controlling her her spots on the track right now, maintaining that lap keeping herself on the lead lap. That way, if we do get a caution, as long as she's not involved, she'll be okay. And right now, actually, more cars are starting to jump to the outside.
The 24, actually, they both are in front of the leaders. They'll both get their laps back if the yellow were to come out. So them right now being in front of the leaders, that would work out for both of them, actually.
It really would. They are both in a good position right now, both leading each lane. That's something you don't usually see here too often.
Yeah.
But
Tony Hillbrands, he's wanting to make it 3 by himself.
he took a little bit of a peek. I think he might have just been trying to cool his engine down, maybe. Peeking out right there, but he's still staying in line with these guys. Outside's kind of starting to fall back now, but they can get back up there with their runs.
Definitely starting to fall back now, that second line. Let's see if anybody, if James is content just riding behind Ashley. I think he is, because he knows he's just leading this race still. And, oh, I don't know, the 7 kind of has a nose really there. Oh, it gets back in line there a little bit.
Yeah, he kind of peeked down there. And he's still staying in line, though, as James Miller continuing to lead. It seems like no matter what the race is, you always have that one guy at Daytona that you just continues to lead no matter what, and continues to dominate the race essentially. And I'd say that James Miller so far in the first about 67 laps is that guy.
Well, for sure, he's kept that thing out front all race long so far. And like I said, he's had to have led at least half this race so far. So I mean, he's definitely being aggressive. And look at the 7. Speaking of being aggressive, wanting to go for the lead.
Yeah, as we saved that, Quentin Warman trying to take that lead from. I think he heard us say that on the broadcast. He said, "Nope, I'm going to the lead now." And that, the 24 falls back to being a lap down, and he's looking to put Ashley Molyneux, take her off the lead lap. We'll see if he can do it here. He's going to put himself into the lead, but he's got to get clear of Ashley if he's going to get clear of James.
I mean, this is just, it really depends on when, if a caution were to fall, because, I mean, there is, like you said, there is 2 races going on literally right here at the front of the field, which is pretty crazy. You don't really, like you said, you never really see this too often.
You really don't. Let's take a look at the gap between the 2 packs.
Yep.
It is still about the same, about 3.9 seconds. It hasn't really closed since we looked at them.
It's kind of like a 10th here, a 10th there, half a 10th. They're not really gaining quite enough to be able to gain back up.
Yeah, they're just gonna need to hope that something happens up here that that benefits them. And until something happens, if it does, then I'd say they're just kind of stuck where they are right now, to be honest. James Miller goes back to the lead with Ashley Molyneux's draft there on the inside. And Sean Williams actually looking to take second here.
Yeah, Sean Williams, if he can get in front of that 7 car, I think we'd see Sean pop up to that second lane.
Think so. He's takes the second spot on that lap, but can't quite get clear of the 7 right now. He might be able to do it here in 1 and 2. We'll see if he can jump up here. Actually, no, they actually get a good run on the outside.
Nice run now. And they got Michael Keithley with them as well. 3 cars on the outside. Once again, let's see if they get a run. There's a gap between Sean and James. Now, is James going to go block that second lane? There he goes. He goes to the second lane.
And here he comes. Oh,
Ashley blocks it
Ashley
too.
moved up with him. She does not care. She wants to stay on the lead lap. Man, that is some aggressive maneuvers by Ashley. But you know what? She's making them work. She's doing it clean. 70 laps complete of 120, 50 laps remain, which that may sound like a lot, but they go by fast.
Especially when they stay green, it'll go by fast. We'll have one more for sure green flag pit stop if we stay green. One more pit stop. These guys, we said we had 3 sets of tires, so plenty of tires if it stays green. But if the cautions fly, then it'll come down to some strategy for track position.
That's true. I tell you what, if a caution does come out, that would change everything. That would bring
Oh
the
yeah.
field back together. We'd be seeing even more three-wide racing than we saw around at the start. And back here at this pack, the gap has actually started to close again. The gap's down to 3.3 seconds. So I
Yeah.
think these guys battling the way they are has allowed this pack to close in a little bit more. Now, as you know, they are closing quick now, down to about 3 seconds flat here at the start-finish line. 3 seconds back exactly.
Oh yeah.
They are closing fast now. I think they're slowly getting a little bit of that draft.
Yes. Yeah, that last time by, Caressel, Scott Shire, they gained 4/10 of a second on the leader there, so that is some good lap times there. And yeah, and they got that third car there of Colby Kersey, and then the fourth car, Michael Ashmore. If Michael get closer with those 3 cars, I think they'd gain even quicker.
Yeah, I think so. And now the gap. Oh, it's actually going to be interesting to see what the gap is now, because so far,
Yeah, they
so
got
far
the
they've
draft now,
gained.
I think.
Yeah, so far they've gained 6/10 of a second that lap. And I think it's going to be about 7 to 8 tenths as they come off of turn 4 here. The gap closes quickly coming off of turn 4. And yeah, at the start-finish line, they gained just over 7/10 of a second that last lap.
Very nice. Yeah, they are working well together, those cars. They're doing a great job. I never thought 4 cars would run on that whole pack. They've done excellent here.
I know, they really have. They've stayed in line together very well. They've drafted together very well. And now, just under 2 seconds back of this pack, they're starting to get that draft, and they're going to become a part of this battle in about a lap.
And now the whole front pack is single file and kind of checking up a little bit. So yeah, not as much racing going on up there, but it's actually making them a little bit slower, surprisingly.
Yeah.
As yeah, that second pack, they are there.
Yep, about 1.5 seconds here, 1.4, 1.3, 1.2. It is closing really quickly here, and it's going to continue to close even faster. I'd say they're going to catch them at around, I'd say about on the backstretch. If not on the backstretch, then in turn 3.
And it'll be interesting to see if they take this run and go up the outside and try to get to the front of this pack, or they're just content and they caught him and now they're gonna just ride behind. Let's see what Caressel does
That's
here.
what
When
it
he
looks
catches
like.
him.
So
And
Caressel,
Scott's
good
letting off.
run.
Carressel's not. There he goes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Russell's
Oh,
trying. Man, he had a good run. They're staying. Actually, no, he's continuing to try to go to the outside. Scott gonna go with him? No, doesn't look like it.
I think Scott's playing a little conservative. I think he's gonna.
Yeah.
Never mind. He's going to the outside.
Or not. They're gonna try to go to the front from here.
Yeah, there they go. And we've seen this quite a bit today. I mean, yeah, they're kind of spread up, but we've seen I think what was it, Sam Rice earlier, just by himself went from
Right.
like 10th to second. I mean, wow, look at this. They have a huge run right now.
Man, that is a big run. They get by Sam. Now they're on the outside of Tony. They're gonna get by Tony. Now they're on the outside of Quentin.
Wow.
They're gonna get by Quentin.
Cressel's
Now
going
they're
to be
coming
leading on
up.
the start finish line.
Now they're coming up to the outside of Sean. They're gonna get by Sean. Coming up to the outside of the 60.
Wow.
Wow, and he's gonna go to the lead.
That is awesome.
And he's gonna get clear of Ashley as well. That is, wow, what a run that these guys got working together. Literally, 2
Look
laps
at the
ago.
94.
2 laps ago, they were all at the tail end of this pack, and now they
Wow.
are all in control of the race now. Great job by those guys.
Now that pass right behind these leaders is huge. The 94 of Colby Kersey's ahead of Ashley, and they are
Right.
racing for lucky. Oh, here goes Ashley looking to get that
Ashley
spot
down to the
back.
inside, and try to take it back. Oh, some
Ooh,
blocks
man.
going on. Ashley
she
coming
is
up with a
being so
big
aggressive.
run. Yeah, she is. 75 laps down here. It is
Ooh.
really heating up between these guys. But now the lead pack, they had their draft, so the lead pack might come back with another run of their own.
I have not seen 2 cars that quickly go through a
I
whole
know.
field like that. That was
That was
awesome to see.
insane. That was absolutely insane. Now Caressel goes high. That's going to leave the door open for Ashley. Ashley's going to try to get back on the lead lap here. I think that might have been Caressel's purpose in moving high.
Yeah, maybe.
Either that or he just wanted to pick up Scott. I think that was actually the purpose, because now they're going to try to get by Ashley again. 94 is going to try to go with them, and the lead pack is going to try to get their draft and get back up there.
Uh, oh
And
man, 94 getting sideways there. Oh, sideways again it looked like.
oh man, yep, the lead pack has caught back up. We're gonna start seeing some two wide racing here once again. And actually, we should be expecting some green flag pit stops coming up here within the next 6, 7 laps, I'd say.
How about our pole sitter, Aaron Smith? We really haven't talked much. He's kind of just been hanging out
Yeah.
mid-pack this whole race. He's up here going for the lead now.
Yeah, he is. He's going to give a push to Scott Shire. And he might be able to get up there
Oh, yeah.
if Aaron... Oh, yeah, he's already getting clear. They're in 3 and 4. He's going to take the lead, looking to get his first lap led of the day. Now, Aaron right behind him, maybe trying to get himself clear. Scott Shire leads that lap.
Yeah, definitely a lot of new players here. Oh, Aaron Smith
Aaron
going to the
moving
inside
down.
for the lead.
He's looking to get that. The pole sitter trying to take the lead back here on lap number 79. And he's going to do it. Well, actually, the outside is going to come back here. And we'll see if Aaron can get the lap led this time.
Another new driver up here at the front we've not talked about all day. Daniel Nanny now up in second, pushing Scott back to the lead.
A good push from Daniel Nanny. He's actually going to get himself clear. Is he going to move down?
They're gonna be
No,
they're gonna be
he's-
content staying up there.
He's going to
Tony
stay with him
Hillbrandt's
for
gonna
right now.
clear him too. There goes Daniel.
There he goes. He's moving down now. Hoping Aaron Smith can get to him.
Oh,
Now here comes
Tony!
Tony. 3 wide in the middle. He is going to leave Scott out there, and he's going to put himself back in the lead with help from Ashley Molyneux. Ashley's going to try to push him here down the back stretch. She's also going to try. Oh,
Oh, 3
she
wide
kinda-
again.
she's taking 3 wide here, and she goes back to the inside. She just ditches Tony. Oh, we got 2 in the grass further back. One of them was
Uh-oh.
Michael Keithley. I'm not sure who the other one is.
Oh, coming back on the track.
That was Alex Anderson. He keeps it straight, but
Wow.
he's going to lose the draft now. Let's go to the replay and
a lot
find
of
out
close
how that
calls
happened.
here.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's go to the replay here and figure out how that happened. Alrighty, let's see if we can diagnose this. Alright, so here they are.
Just a
Here's
just
Alex.
A huge stack up, yeah.
There's Alex in the number 77. They check up. Looks like. And then, does Alex get hit? Oh, there's a big stack up.
That's
Keithley-
huge.
Keithley hits Sam. That checks Keithley up. That forces Alex to hit Keithley and go into the grass. Keithley stays on the apron. He comes back up easily. But Alex here, he's having to take every measure possible to make sure he doesn't come back up into the field. And he's still coming up here. But same
Wow.
situation that we saw earlier in the race. Enough space and enough time to kind of keep the car under control. Good job by Alex to not just come back up into everybody.
Now, unfortunately for Alex, he is going to lose the draft. Michael Keithley, though, did kind of go close to the grass, but he's still in this lead draft, so he didn't lose as much time. But not as fortunate there for Alex Anderson. He's going to most likely now need a yellow to get back caught up.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that, if we don't get a yellow, that might be the end of his race right there. But it's Daytona, so I mean the chances of a caution, especially later in the race like this, chances are pretty good, no matter what type of race it is.
I said we got one more pit stop though to go through, and which is going to be coming up pretty soon here. I think they're in the window now. Less than 40 laps to go. We saw them go about maybe 45 laps. I think that first run.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close here within the next maybe 6-7 laps. All these leaders coming down pit road, and we saw, like we said, Hayes, we saw a lot of mistakes on that first green flag pit stop. Let's see if they can clean it up this time, or will we see mistakes again? And wow, up front!
Oh man,
Holy cow!
Ashley Molyneux gonna ditch him once again. She is really playing with these guys. I
Oh.
mean, she's pushing them up there, and then she's just like, "All right, see ya," and she's putting herself back on the lead lap. That's funny, but
That's
it's also
gonna put
smart.
Daniel Nanny to the lead now, passing Scott Shire. They're coming off 4.
Daniel Naney gonna lead that lap. 37 laps remain here at Daytona. It's definitely getting to the late portions of this race to the point we're gonna see some more aggressive racing, and once these guys get done with their pit stops, it's gonna be all out.
Continuing that side-by-side battle there for the lead. Scott had a run down the back. He's side-by-side with Daniel Nanny once again.
And now Scott
And these two are just surrounded by 3 lap cars up front now. It's amazing.
I know, you gotta wonder what they're thinking with this, the fact that they're having to work with these lap cars. But
the leaders, it's probably frustrating for them.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, hey, these guys are
yep.
trying to keep their laps here just in case there is a caution.
They have every right to be up there racing for it still
Right.
too.
Trying to keep their chances of winning this race alive. Now you see this time by will be 35 laps to go. Like you said, they are in the window to pit, but it just depends on when they come in. I think by now if you pit, you can make it, but it's all about how many people you pit with. You gotta pit with the pack.
So you have to have at least a couple cars with you. You go by yourself, you're
Speaking of going by yourself, yep.
Oh, that is not.
The 94.
He's spinning, saving it. Oh man.
He's all alone. That's not
that's
what you want to be in.
Not a good time there for Colby
Nope,
Kersey
not
being
at
side
all.
by side coming down pit road.
Not at all. Well, we'll see. Oh, we got someone back there. Kind of got shuffled out of line. He's going to fall back down, though. And save it right in front of Sean Williams. That's actually the number 24. They're still running single file, getting prepared for these pit stops coming up here soon.
And I think we're going to see some cars pull off right here.
Yep, Ashley pulling down. A couple of guys behind her.
All right, let's take it easy this time, Ashley. Don't spin it.
Here's Quentin,
Oh, man,
and she almost did.
She
That
was going pretty fast, too. I know that's going to be close.
Then we have Caressel, Warman, James Miller, and the number 24 is also a lap down. There goes Ashley into her box. Let's go back up to the leaders and see when they pit. Here they're coming up on the number 94. '94 is just going to pull to the outside and let them go on by. And now we'll see. These guys are going to stay out another lap.
We have another crash on pit road. Cole Freilich is around. James Mahone's around.
Oh, no. That's 2 cars together this time.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. These cars are just apparently really hard to control going onto pit road, man. And he spins himself around again. Trying to get the car turned around. That's going to lose him even more time. Let's go, where's Quentin?
Pit stops.
Here's Caressel, Quentin, and James Miller. James is going to fall to the tail end of this pack now. They're going to get smoked pretty quickly here. But here's Caressel and Warman.
I think the leaders are coming in. We got Scott Shire, Daniel Nanny's coming in right here. Just the 2. Oh, Michael Keithley's coming with them as well. We got 3 cars pitting.
Yep, and I think they all went on safely.
Yes.
And now Aaron Smith going to take over the lead.
I do want to update really quick. Ashley Mullen, we saw her come on pit road really hot. She definitely was speeding. She had a 40-second hold. So that racer for the Lucky Dog's now going to be racing for probably 2 laps down. With 30 laps to go, that's going to be tough to make up.
That, without a doubt, I think that's going to be her race right there, unless there's a caution. Even if there is one, it's definitely going to be tough to get back on the lead lap. That's really, really unfortunate for Ashley. But now,
Hayes, another driver got caught speeding really quick. Just want to mention Daniel Nanny, who was leading this race, speeding on the pit road. He is serving his penalty right now.
Let's go to him here. See if we can find him.
That's tough.
That is really, really tough right there. Tough situation for that guy. Did a good job. Ran up at the front for a little while. And now, this pack has yet to pit, and so they've lapped a couple of these guys. They've actually lapped James. James trying to stay on the lead lap here. And they may lap Caressel and a couple of those other guys unless they pit here soon, which I think they will. I can't imagine that they can go much longer.
Yeah, I think they're coming in this time. No,
No,
Sam's
Sam
coming by
Rice.
himself.
Sam by
No.
himself. Oh no. Oh man, he was kind of hot there. He should be
Yeah.
okay though. 30 laps to go here in the Daytona 300. These guys still have to pit, and then everything should cycle out. Now there's James Colabali exiting pit road. He's going to be by himself here.
It's going to be interesting to see where it cycles out to, especially with these three staying out longer. Aaron, Sean, and Tony Hillbrands.
Yep. And not only that, they're coming up on some lapped cars here that have already pitted.
And that helps them. They're getting speed by catching this draft. So, I mean, that's
right.
gaining them time, really. So
They're kind of spread out here. I'm surprised they're able to stay out this long.
Yeah, really.
Wouldn't that be something if we were to get a caution right now and they had some of these guys lapped? I mean, that would really mess things up for some of these guys that we've seen running up front for a lot of the race. But we have a big pack here ahead of the leaders. Sean Williams actually gets checked up by the number 87. Oh, this could be... This is going to be tough here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Aaron, Sean, and Tony pit this time by. I think they're in their window now. Less than 30 to go. I don't think... Oh, my goodness. Who's that? Oh, they're catching the slow car of Sam Rice. This could get tight here.
Oh, boy. He's going to the bottom. We got one in the wall. That's Caressel.
Wow.
And now here come the leaders onto pit road. And
Sean coming in pretty hot.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Aaron right to the grass.
They almost hit each other. Now we'll see. Keithley is currently leading this pack right now. We'll see if they can get up to these guys. Sean, Aaron, and Tony just now entering their boxes. Alright, let's see if they can get out before the pack gets back around. So James Miller leads the pack now. So he will cycle out to be the leader, if I had to guess. And here they come, exiting their boxes. And actually,
they're still way back.
This actually might work.
I also think I was trying to watch Aaron and Sean. I think they did right sides only and gas, so their stop may have been a little bit quicker. Tony Hillbrands, though, did not get as good as pit stop as them two. He is pretty far behind them.
Yeah, he is. Now here comes the pack, middle of 1 and 2 right now. They should catch them, but I don't think they're going to really smoke them. They are still pretty far back, about half a straightaway.
Yeah, I just think the momentum from these guys, and they only have two cars really up there. Tony's not close with them. I think this pack's going to run them down, but for at least a few laps, they got a really big advantage if something were to happen in this pack trying to catch them.
Yeah, for sure. And it's definitely getting closer. 94. Lap 94 is now underway. Just 27 laps remaining.
I mean, for a 120 lap Daytona race, this thing has flown by. I mean, these guys have been just clean and green. I mean, there's been some mistakes, there's been some contact, but as far as the yellows, I mean, clean here tonight.
The fact that it's been green the whole time is definitely very impressive here, but there's still time for a caution to come out with how aggressive these guys are.
If this pack catches those leaders, get ready. It's about to be wild. This is the run to the finish now.
Yeah, for sure. So now we have, like I said, James Miller. These guys just trying to stay packed in, trying to get a run on this lead pack.
They're absolutely flying right now. They're going to be there this next lap.
Oh, yeah, they are. They are catching quick. Gap 1.2 seconds, 1.1. That time by the start-finish line. And it's continuing to cut down. And they are in the draft now. They are going to catch them quick.
Tony Hillbrand's up there leading this race now.
Yes,
as
he
this
is.
pack runs them down.
Tony Hillbrand is just a 5-car pack, but let's go back to James Miller. 0.8 of a second now. Now down to 0.7. They're going to catch him on the front stretch here, it looks like. 6/10. And this
Oh
pack,
yeah, they're there.
this pack is actually kind of spread out a little bit. So that might deplete their run just a little bit here, but probably not by much. 25 laps to go here in the Daytona 300.
This four car, Scott Shire, he is a great pusher. I mean, we saw him and Caressa go to the front earlier, just them two. Now he just pushed the 60 of James Miller up to this pack and gapped the second pack behind him just a little bit. That four car is definitely pretty good at pushing cars up to the front, it looks like.
Absolutely. So now
Here we
Ashley's
go.
going to jump out. Ashley's still in this pack. She's still going to try to be aggressive here to keep her lap.
Yep. And now when we get down to this thing, 25, 20 laps to go, and now they're not going to play with Ashley anymore. They're going to get
Yeah,
frustrated with her being up there.
for
But
sure.
she's going to continue to race, especially now that she's 2 laps down. It's very important if she gets in front of the leaders here to get that 1 lap back.
Absolutely. So she's actually going to edge out and get ahead of Tony this time. But, it's going to be hard to stay ahead of these guys, especially when there's only just over 20 laps left. They're going to
Yep.
want to be leading the pack overall. They don't want to be behind anybody.
So there's a lot more cars in this pack that are a lap down, but we got 9 on the lead lap within 1.2 seconds of each other. These 9 cars, if we stay green, are the ones going to be fighting for the win. Nicholas Caressel is the last one in 9th place.
Yeah, it looks like it here. Let's go
But up
to...
front, it's getting crazy. Here we go. 3 wide trying now.
Yeah, a lot of these guys in this pack are a lap down, but most of them are, guys racing for the wins. They're coming up on, see who that is.
Howie Trey.
Howie Trey. Yeah, I saw he had to pit by himself earlier. I'm not sure if he tried to stay out longer and he eventually had to pit by himself, but he's about to get smoked by this pack.
Oh, yeah.
Some guys are using his draft. Now they're going to have to quickly move low here. We'll see if they can get by him safely. Oh, man. Yep, it looks like they're going to be able to.
Miller back to the front, but here comes Quentin. Look at Ashley. Oh, my gosh. She just makes a crazy move there to the
Oh, my
top
goodness. James Miller going to
Sam
lead that lap.
Rice up here now.
Yep, he's right back up here. What did I say? At the beginning of the race, he started last, just over 20 laps left. He's up here at the front with a chance to win.
You might call it. You called him starting last. You can win this thing. He's right there now. Has a shot at it.
Yeah, and again, that just goes to show it doesn't matter where you start here at these plate tracks. You can always be up front at the end.
Yeah, but we still got guys like Aaron Smith, Sean Williams up here, still in this pack, Tony Hilbrand. There's a lot of people here still that can win this race.
Yeah, for sure. Got a lot of fan favorites here, like
Oh, yeah.
Sean Williams, that are trying to get this win here at Daytona. Good way to open up the season. Tony looking to open up the season. The defending champion trying to open up his season, trying to defend that the right way. You know what I think
Yeah.
it's time for, Jared?
What?
I think it's time for a little bit of crank it up. Just over 20 to go.
Alright.
Let's do
20 to go. Crank it up. Let's do it.
And back up here at the front, coming to 17 to go. Sam Rice takes it 3 wide for the lead on the inside. It is definitely heating up here. We saw when we got early into the crank it up, it looked like Tony got hooked a little bit by Michael Keithley, but he was able to hang on to it. But that 3 wide move not quite able to work for Sam Rice. James Miller's going to be able to hold on to it for now.
I tell you what, Hayes, you can definitely tell the intensity is picking up. I mean, these guys are racing hard now. They're making more aggressive moves, side drafting, bumping a little bit if they can. You can definitely tell there's less than 20 laps to go in this race. And here we go, 3 wide up front. Once again, lap cars, lead lap cars. It's everybody.
Ashley down to the
Oh,
bottom.
wow.
Oh, man.
Wow, and she
That
doors
is-
the leader, James Miller. He is not going to be
Oh
happy
my
about that.
gosh, that is.
Wow.
I said earlier, she does not care. She wants that lap. But I tell you what, that's got to really annoy these guys for sure.
Man.
Oh, they are stacking up big time on the bottom.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon. There's no way they
Yeah.
can race like this for 15 more laps.
I think you might be right. I mean, this is definitely heating up now. Scott Shire leading that outside lane with the number 79 behind him, trying to get themselves out in front. And it is definitely heating up here.
Yep, James Miller, Scott Shire side by side for this lead. Sam Rice there in third. Then you got Quentin Warm in fourth. Michael Keithley and Tony Hilbrand side by side for that 5th position.
Yeah, now you have Sam Rice right here behind James Miller, trying to
Oh,
get
here we
clear.
go.
Now James Miller going to jump out to the top side. He's had enough of Ashley, I think. So he's going to
Scott
try.
was thinking about maybe going to the middle there.
He's going to try to get Ashley forced further back into the pack here. I tell you what, though, we just saw a couple laps ago what Ashley's willing to do.
Yeah, that move into 3 she made, that one was...
That's the move you would make if you were going for the win on the last lap. Into turn 3, she's still trying to fight here on the bottom. Outside looking pretty well organized here. Trying to get her back there.
And just still double file right now.
Yep, looks like it here and now. You got a couple of guys back there kind of starting to get antsy, but they're also kind of waiting to see if there is a wreck. For example, Sean Williams, Tony Hilbrands, Aaron Smith, Nicholas Caressel.
Yeah.
They're staying a little bit further back, waiting for the right time to start making moves.
Yeah, I think Aaron Smith knows that these guys are probably going to wreck, and I think he's just riding right there in that 9th position, just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing right now. I would be just anticipating it, waiting for it to happen. Now Sam Rice with Ashley's draft might be able to lead this lap. I'm really...
Scott and Quentin there.
Oh, man. Really not sure who led that lap.
Miller by 3 thousandths.
Oh, wow.
That was close.
That was very close. Sam actually is able to get clear here. We'll see if he moves up.
We had a shot
no.
there, but now he's going to stay right behind Ashley. James Miller gets a good run out on that outside once again.
Man, he is trying here, trying to get clear of Ashley. I think that move that Ashley made kind of frustrated him, so he's wanting to get her out of this lead portion of the pack.
Oh, man, Sam got a
Ooh.
little loose there on the bottom. The 7's right up all over his back bumper there.
Yeah, he is. But he's still... Oh, I think he led that lap. Did he? I'm not really sure.
It's saying they tied.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
given the lap to James Miller.
Wow. Man, it is really close here. Just 12 laps remaining. It's getting antsy for sure. And they're coming up on, looks like 4 lap cars.
Wow. Why not add 4 more lap cars to this pack? Come on, let's go.
Yeah, for sure. That's really, with how they're battling right now, those 4 lap cars are going to make it even harder.
And like I mentioned, coming to 10 laps to go here coming up, these leaders are going to be really fed up with,
Yeah.
drivers like Ashley Mullen, Daniel Nanny up here racing these guys when they're trying to race for a win. And now Sean Williams finally trying to get up here in this battle.
Yep, he is. He's fourth in line on the outside. And James gets clear of Ashley. He's not going to move down, though. He's going to stay with the outside, try to get Scott clear, and maybe the next guy as well. But looks like they're going to catch these 4 cars
Yeah.
maybe about at the start-finish line, if not in the middle of 3 and 4.
When they catch these 4 cars, I think this is where it's going to get tight. They're
sure.
double file. They're going to catch these cars. They're going to try to go 3 wide on the outside. I would keep an eye on this right here. This is gonna get crazy right here when they catch these 4.
Yeah, hopefully these guys can move to the apron
And it's through the
stay out of the
trial
way.
too. It looks like.
Looks like they're actually not going to the apron.
Oh boy, here we go.
Boy, careful boys. That's James Colabali, the 13. Oh, 3 wide here. Oh, they're so far so good. Gonna be in the turn. That's gonna be tough.
3 wide through the middle there,
3
and that
wide.
is gonna mess up James
Man.
Miller. He lost the lead there.
Yeah,
Sam
he really
Wright
did.
in the lead now.
Sam Rice gets clear, and he's gonna move up to the outside lane.
Oh,
Ashley's
and
going up to
Ashley's
block him. That's gonna allow him to get a little bit of a side draft there.
Woo!
Man, Ashley is trying so hard here. 10 laps remain, coming to 9 to go.
Sam Rice being on that outside line now in front of James Miller, who, in my opinion, has been the dominant driver here tonight.
Right.
That's a good move, and with keeping that lap car on the bottom there, Sam's in a good spot. I mean, if he can hold that second line, James Miller's gonna have to go to the third line or something.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what he's gonna be willing to do. And this just kind of worries me in all honesty with how Ashley's blocking, because you got to wonder what's she gonna do if other guys are trying to go for it. Yep, you called it here. What's she gonna do when other guys are trying to take the lead and go to her outside?
And Scott's gonna go with the 60 to the third lane. I'm kind of surprised
3 wide
by
up
that.
top. 3 wide up
I think-
top here. Oh, Scott's trying to decide where he wants to go.
You're gonna see, man. If I was Scott, I'd go. To
Oh,
the
yep,
Ashley
Ashley's
to the
moving up.
middle now.
Oh my goodness.
There is
8
no way.
laps to go. That's what I'm saying. Scott's going back to the top again with the 79
Wow.
behind him. Oh man, Sam's gonna be in the sucker hole here.
And Hayes, why not? 2 more lap cars up ahead, right up. in front
Oh
of these
yeah,
guys.
yeah, that's what these guys need. Now, oh man, now James, he's gonna be stuck there on the outside lane. Ashley moving up, trying to block Sam again. Sam gives her a nudge, forces her back to the bottom.
Lap cars going to the apron. Good move.
Oh,
good
Cole.
move.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Matt
Wait a
Cole,
minute.
what the hell?
Oh,
No.
Cole, careful. Oh goodness. I saw him with kind of a wide arc on the entry, so that
Oh my gosh.
scared me a little bit. Now the inside's kind of checking up. 7 laps to go. Sam Rice still leads.
And these are the most intense moments now of the race. They've been racing green flag nonstop for over an hour and a half now, and now it's time to go for the win. Here with just 7 laps to go.
It really is. It's go time. I mean, it's kind of. I wouldn't say it's every man for himself now. Some guys still need to work together, but once that white flag waves, it's every man for himself.
Scott Shire did get in front of James Miller. He finally decided to go low and take that spot, so now move Scott to that second car and control on the outside.
Yeah, and now you can see Quentin. I don't know if he likes where he is right now. He's boxed in on the inside,
No.
and he's pushing a lapped car, so
I don't
I don't think he's liking where he's at right now.
think it's going to be long before he puts the bumper to Ashley. He's going to get
Yeah.
frustrated and try to make a very aggressive move to get by her. Because, yeah, he definitely is boxed in, like you said.
Right, and she's going to be continuing to block, which again, like I said, scares me because one little late block like that, if that had been even half a second later, that could have been bad. And
3 wide behind these guys. Tony Hillbrand's going up the middle 3 wide.
Ashley's moving back to the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
She's blocking like she's blocking for the lead. I mean, I don't think
Yep.
we'd be seeing anything different from her. This
5
time-
laps
alright,
to go.
5 more. Oh man, it's getting amped up, and of course we got another lapper up ahead here that they're gonna have to get by, and it's in the turn too. That's gonna be even harder, and this lapper's having to
I
go
have
to
to
the
move
bottom.
And this is an opportunity for that 7 car, if he can, make a move quick there. Nah, not
Oh,
quite.
he tried. He just couldn't make it work. He couldn't get the run that he needed.
Some great racing here for the win here in this race. Less than 5 to go now. Wow.
Oh man, now the door. Oh, the door was open there for.
Oh,
J
there
oh,
they
he
go.
gets.
Contact.
Oh man, they saved that.
Wow.
Wow, good save by James Miller. And now Quentin Warman trying to push Ashley out there so that he can get to the lead. 4 laps remain here. I have a feeling that all these guys are thinking about, in addition to winning the race, is get that 45 out of here. They're probably sick of her by now.
Yeah. And we've
Let's see.
seen that 60 car be very aggressive, try to make it 3 wide. Oh man, James Miller wants to get to Scott. He's there, he's there,
man.
not quite.
He's trying to do it here. And another guy that we saw being aggressive earlier in the race, who's up here currently running in 7th, Michael Keithley.
Yes.
He still has a chance at this. We'll see what kind of moves he makes.
Eventually, though, if you're back here where Tony Hillbrand's Michael Keithley is, you're coming to 3 laps to go, somewhere around there. You got to try that 3rd lane, I think.
You really do. I mean, that at that point, that's gonna.
Oh,
Oh,
Keithley in
that.
the
What did I
middle.
say? What did I say? Keithley
Oh.
3 wide in the middle. Oh, and he gets into the back
Oh.
of the 60. They're checking up, and oh, how did they not wreck right there?
They saving these contacts. Oh
They
my
really
gosh.
are. That was I knew that Keithley was gonna do that. I knew it. Oh, Ashley's going to block, and this time down to the, forcing him onto the apron.
I
Oh
cannot
my
believe
gosh!
the 7 let her do that. Holy cow.
I know. I wouldn't have lifted there, in all honesty. Like I applaud him for lifting, because I know I wouldn't have.
Sam
Oh,
Rice still
somebody's-
has the advantage here.
Somebody's hood or front end came off, I think. 2 laps to go.
Wow.
3 wide. Keithley on the top. Now here
There
comes
he goes.
another
Now
lap
someone's
car.
got to go with him. Come on, you got to do something.
Here comes another lap car. The 24 on the bottom now. James Miller in the middle, but Keithley's got nobody helping him on the top. Somebody's
that's
got to go
tough.
with him. Somebody
Tony
has to go with him.
Hillbrand's.
Sam might clear Ashley right here.
Oh, and now there's the
Now
hole.
there he
made the
goes.
hole. What a move by James Miller. That was a great move to get by Scott there. He's got a good position now.
Yeah, for sure.
3 wide.
He knew what he had to do, and he did it. Now he's right back up here. He knows he has a shot at this. He just needs to make the right moves, coming down to the white flag.
Well, they get to the white flag. If we do, we're going to have a caution-free race, but this last lap's about to get wild. Here we go, white flag.
It sure is. White flag is out here at Daytona. It all comes down to this. It's every man for himself now. Sam Rice leads. Who will lead next time? Here comes
Sam left the top open.
James Miller to the outside. They're wrecking further behind. Nicholas Caressel and Scott Shire into the wall. Tony Hillbrand's trying to go 3 wide. Now they're checking up further behind. Big crash. Ashley Molyneux around. Big crash out of turn 2. Now they're neck and neck between James Miller and Sam Rice. They're making contact. Now here comes
Man.
Quentin Warman down in 3rd.
They are just beating and banging down
Oh,
the back
man.
straightaway.
Quinn
a lap
Warman-
car going to the outside.
Quentin Warman's going to push Sam Rice now. 3 wide. Oh, and they're making contact. Lap cars in the wall. There goes James Miller side by side between Sam
Gonna be
Rice
a drag
and
race.
Quentin Warman. Quentin Warman puts him into the wall. Sam comes back down and gets into him. Aaron Smith coming up behind him. But it's not going to happen.
It's
Quentin
gonna be
Warman.
Quentin.
Quentin Warman gets the win here at Daytona. Sam
oh my
Rice spins.
gosh.
Oh, man.
That was a wild lap. There was so much going on. I couldn't keep up with that.
Neither
oh my
could
God.
I. Sam Rice finishes 2nd. Hard crash across the line. Aaron Smith coming
Comes
out of
to
nowhere to
3rd.
finish 3rd. Nicholas
cow.
Caressel 4th, and James Miller rounds out the top 5. That is unbelievable.
What a start to this season here.
I know
Holy
that
cow.
that is absolutely insane. But Quentin Warman, he was boxed in for so long, and that patience ended up paying off on the last lap. That was an absolutely insane race for the win. Now he's gonna come here on the front stretch and burn it down for us. Oh yeah, there he goes, burning it down here. Daytona winner.
Easy to think how long Quentin was trapped behind Ashley there.
I know.
Had plenty of opportunity to maybe take her out. Never did. And he was patient with her, and it ended up paying off in the end, getting the win here with some wild moves there on that last lap.
Without a doubt. So we're going to interview the top three here, starting with Aaron Smith, who finished third. Right after we see Quentin Mormon doing his burnouts here, he's going to spin it in the grass. Man, that was absolutely insane. All right, so we're going to get Aaron Smith up here momentarily, and we'll talk to him here. All right, let's go ahead and move him.
All right, here you go.
All right, we've got him up here. Aaron Smith, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. So you bring it home, P3 tonight, coming out of nowhere. Getting through the wrecks, and you bring it home with the podium finish. How does it feel? We saw you, running up there, running kind of mid-pack towards the back of the pack throughout the race. But in the end, came home with the podium. How does it feel?
It's pretty good. I knew they were going to wreck on the last lap because it's usually how it goes when half the lead pack's a bunch of lap cars. But yeah, we were able to miss that wreck and almost got the win. If I hadn't broken for that wreck in turn one, probably would have had a shot at Sam and Quentin. But oh well.
Yeah, man. So how did your car handle throughout the race? It was only 3 sets of tires. Tires can wear, with how bumpy this track is, and it can definitely be tough to drive in these packed-in situations. So how did your car handle for you throughout the race?
It felt pretty good the whole way through. It did get a little bit tight towards the end of the runs, but otherwise it felt pretty good.
Yeah. So next week we're heading to a completely different track, Sebring. So you're usually pretty good at tracks like that. So what are your expectations heading into that race?
Barring any major like CPU explosions or whatever with my PC, I'm gonna win. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, thank you for your time, man, and congrats on this podium finish. We'll see you next week.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right. That was Aaron Smith, driver of the number 70 machine. And now we'll hand it off to Jared. He will talk to Sam Rice, who comes home second today.
Yes, I got Sam Rice, Jared Darling here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Hey, man. Oh, man, I thought you were in the right position there throughout that whole end of the race. You were controlling that top line, and they just got to your outside there in that last lap, and then a lot of beating and banging down the backstretch. Just kind of take us through the last lap there and all your decision making, and then unfortunately just coming up just short there in second place.
Yeah, I was just trying to just keep it in the league. I mean, in the lead. Just having some behind me that I can trust. Like Scott was behind me, and then James was behind me. Then we door off, and we were just racing, and then yeah, and then Door tried to not really wreck Quentin there. Luckily, he didn't wreck, or I'd feel pretty bad about it.
Yeah, definitely some beating and banging there, but you both hang on, get a 1-2 coming up short. But just kind of talk about the race. We went caution free here tonight at Daytona, something you really don't see too often. 120 laps, and you were able to be there through all 120 laps, get through the pit stops, which a lot of people had trouble tonight coming on pit road. Just take us through how was the whole race with no cautions here tonight?
It was pretty good. I almost ran out of gas a couple times and almost got wrecked off pit road when I pitted the first time, I think, because someone wheel hopped or whatever. So it was a good race. You can't deny that.
No, you guys definitely put on a show tonight. You had me and Hayes up here, definitely pretty high pitched screaming and having a good time up here. But one more question I got for you. With everything that happened tonight, being green, a lot of green flag pit stops, a lot of mistakes. You're trying to up the race for the lead, but then you've got people like Ashley Mullen, Daniel Nanny up there, lap down. How frustrating was that trying to race for the win, but also have lap cars racing you really aggressive?
It was pretty frustrating, not gonna lie. I almost turned Ashley a couple times because I just had a big run and she just came up and blocked it. So, I mean, I'm fighting for the win. She's just, I mean, I'm not saying she's in the way, but she's just there.
Right.
So it's whatever.
All right, man. Well, second place tonight. It's a good start to the season here at Daytona. Just come up short, but nonetheless a great run for you. Do you have any thank yous or shout outs here tonight for your second place finish?
Just thank you for Tony, you guys, for putting on the league, everyone racing. Scott and James and Quentin for racing good.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you next week, and good. Best of luck next week at Sebring, and congrats once again on your second place here tonight, Sam. Good run.
Thank you.
All right,
All right.
that was Sam Rice, driver of the number 49 machine, coming home in second tonight, just short of the victory. And now we will get your race winner up here, Quentin Warman, driver of the number 7 machine. Quentin, you got a copy. All right, man, so you had to make some aggressive moves to get the win, but in the end you got it done. You were boxed in there for a while, but your patience paid off with the win. How does it feel?
Feels great to start off the season with a win.
Yeah, man, so, how did your car handle for you throughout the race? We saw you kind of running around, mid-pack a lot of times. Started at the back, actually. You started 20th, and you were able to drive up through the pack and get the win in the end. So, how did everything handle for you throughout the race?
The car handled great. Pit stops were great. I pulled off those pretty well, and overall the car just handled great.
Yeah, so, next week we head to Sebring. Pretty tough track, totally different from Daytona. So, what are your expectations heading there?
I don't expect to win because Ashley and Aaron are really good at road courses, so they will probably be the ones to beat me there. I've also never raced Sebring, so I don't know the track.
Yeah, man. So, finally, do you have anybody to thank for this win tonight?
Colton Zimmer for spotting for me late in the race. He joined mid-race and began spotting.
All right, man. Well, thank you for your time, and congratulations on your big win tonight, man. And we'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that is your race winner, Quentin Warman, driving up from 20th in the field and getting the win here tonight. And now we will run through your race results here. We'll get them up on the screen here in just a moment, and we will take a look at where these drivers placed in the final results. All right, here they are up on your screen. All right, so Quentin Warman brings home the victory by just over a tenth of a second over Sam Rice. Aaron Smith rounds out the podium, finishing in third. Nicholas Caressel comes home in fourth. James Miller dominated the race, but unfortunately couldn't quite get it done on the last lap. He rounds out the top five in fifth. Tony Hilbrands comes on sixth. A good points run trying to defend his championship starting the season. Sean Williams, a fan favorite. We saw him running around mid-pack most of the race. He brings it home P7. Michael Keithley, we saw him making some really aggressive moves. He brings it home 8th. Scott Shire, 9th. And Daniel Naney rounds out the top 10.
And just outside the top 10, all these guys a lap down or more, having a lot of issues, probably on pit road. Green flag pit stops. Kerry Smith, 11th. Alex Anderson, 12th. Colby Kersey, 13th, 2 laps down. Cole Fralick, 2 laps down as well, on 14th. Daniel Mosteller, 15th. Ashley Molyneux probably put on the best show here tonight.
Yeah.
3 laps down, though. Unfortunately, had 2 speeding penalties, I believe. 3 laps down in 16th. Thomas Sewell, there 17th. Isaiah McLean, 18th. Howie Detroit, 19th. And then James Coulibaly, you saw up front earlier in the race, but had some trouble. 5 laps down there in the 20th position.
And then rounding out the field here tonight, we have Andrew Crine in the number 25, 6 laps down, bringing it home 21st. James Mahan in the number 13, 8 laps down in 22nd. And coming home last tonight in the number 40, 29 laps down, we have Michael Ashmore rounding out your 23 driver field here tonight. So, Jared, what overall, what did you think of that race?
That race definitely was not to say anything bad, but it was a lot better than my expectations. I mean, they put on a show. They went caution free, and being caution free at Daytona, and still we had a huge pack at the end racing for the win. We saw lots of mistakes on pit road. Pit stops were wild, and we still had a great finish. Lots of three wide race tonight, 2 wide racing. and lots of different leaders and a great finish. And I mean, I had a lot of fun here tonight. These guys definitely, Tony should definitely be proud of his league here tonight and all of his quality of drivers. They raced really well, very clean, respectful for the most part. And then, yeah, it was, like I said, I had a lot of fun. It was a great race, great finish. And congrats to Quentin there, getting that win here tonight. It's good for him.
Yeah, for sure. I think, this kind of race kind of had it all. We had a lot of, good 3 wide, 2 wide racing. Then we had some calm moments there, around middle of the race up until the final, I'd say 20 laps-ish. There were some times where they were running single file, just trying to be careful. But then on the last lap, all of that went out the window. And to be honest, I'm really surprised that there weren't any cautions in this race. I really expected there to be
Very
a
much
few.
so. Yep.
There were some crazy moments, on pit road. Some drivers lost it entering turn 3, but they really did a good job keeping it under control. And then they all, just went for it on the last lap, as you're supposed to. I mean, you're all trying to go for the win. You got to make aggressive moves there. So, yeah, but in the end, like we said, Quentin Warman in a crazy finish, and it ended up coming down to him and Sam Rice. They're coming off the final corner. Sam, I want to make this point again. He started last, but you know what?
Yeah.
He didn't win, but he still came home with a top 2 finish. And again, that just goes to show, no matter where you start at Daytona, you can always be up front in the end if you do it right. And
That's right. And your top 2, 20th and 23rd, are where they
yeah,
started.
absolutely, that is amazing. So that will be it for the live stream, everybody. We hope you enjoyed. We will be right here next week for Sebring and throughout the rest of the Velocity Racing League season. This will go on throughout the year. They are following, they're doing just as many races as NASCAR is doing, full 36 race schedule. So we will be right here with you guys the entire year to broadcast. So we hope you come by next week and broadcast with us. And our next broadcast after that will be Wednesday. The Wednesday after that, the Flyby Truck Series comes back again next Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Thank you all for tuning in to the live stream, and we will see you guys next